Welcome to the DPV podcast. This is episode 21. We are officially in the top 1% of podcasts.
That's crazy. And the reason we got here, we just didn't give up. We just keep going.
Yeah, it's definitely not because of views
or
how big we are
or anything like that. It's just not giving up.
Yeah, which I think is perfect for this episode because we've got a good friend, awesome guest here, Tyler Bolland from Total Mayhem Racing. And like the no quit attitude.
Thank you for having me on, fellas.
That fits this episode perfectly.
It fits like Tyler's,
his life.
the no quit attitude. I mean, that's what your license plate says.
Yeah. Night stalkers don't quit, right? Yeah. Is it not quitting or just being very unintelligent, right?
Or stubborn.
Stubborn. That's a better word.
But I mean, I feel like that's a good quality to have in this, like the don't quit. Like you just keep going. You got to keep going.
Yep.
Just keep swimming.
I've been listening to a lot of like business podcasts lately, and a lot of the successful ones, they say that it's not about being the most intelligent. It's about not quitting.
Yeah.
And doing what other people won't do.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I like it.
Yeah. I think this is awesome.
So, Tyler, do you want to give us a little background on yourself, a little introduction,
little Tyler synopsis.
Yeah, talk about Tyler.
Originally from Seattle, Washington, and I moved to Idaho. Early grade school, like 5th grade, graduated high school here in Lewiston. After Lewiston, took a job in Louisiana building oil rigs as a welder in their fab shop and pipe shop. Joined the military and initially joined as a helicopter mechanic, a CH-47, which is those big dual rotor cargo helicopters.
The big boys.
Yeah, big boys. And my first duty station was 101st Airborne. I was at Fort Campbell for a week and got deployed to Iraq. So when I got home from Iraq, I got recruited to 160th Special Operations, interviewed with a gentleman, Trey Ponder, in the SOF community, was kind of a well-known and well-respected, just awesome individual. Anyway, unfortunately, we lost him. He was one of the service members we lost in the Operation Red Wing, which is known for the movie Lone Survivor.
Okay.
Yeah. Then from Fort Campbell, we stood up a 4th Battalion at Fort Lewis, and so did another 3 deployments with them, and got out, moved back to Lewiston, and a bunch of different odd jobs moving around. Went to school, got on out at Clearwater Paper, now work there in the maintenance department, and have been kind of, tracking my dream, which is sitting behind us for the last, 12 years, and it's been one of those things that, I don't know if intelligence can be in there measured anywhere, but more like one of the ways in learning in special operations I used to talk about is that you have muscle memory or blunt force trauma. And it's really been kind of one of those blunt force trauma deals where you start off with absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Little experience before. I'd raced in the 1450 class in off-road, which is like one of the lower classes. It's an awesome class and highly celebrated. I don't mean to diminish it by saying it's a lower class, but
and the 1450 class, that's like you start with like a production truck.
Yeah. Right.
And you can cage like the back half.
Yeah. So that's one of the rules is you have to start with a production vehicle. Where in this case, this is a full race chassis, custom built for my specification. One-off deal. In the 1450 class, it was fun. So I raced a Toyota Tacoma, and I got to a point that I was like, my dream, my ultimate, wave the magic wand dream is to race in a trophy truck in the Baja 1000. And so I assessed that every single dollar and every single minute that I put towards this other truck is taking away time from chasing my dream. And so one day I just made that commitment. And I've wanted to quit 1,000 times since. It's been unbelievably hard and hurdled with challenges and roadblocks and you get the idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're chasing a big dream like this, it's not like life just stops.
No,
right.
You've got all the challenges of learning and building an awesome vehicle, and then the challenges of racing, like all the logistics and whatnot, and then there's also life.
Balancing a wife and kids and all the
and
everything that comes with it.
One of my favorite mottos, and I have it as a tag on our Instagram, is if you're not chasing your dreams, you're living your nightmare. And I really kind of believe that is that, are you like if your dream is to be, an NFL football player or something like that, well, maybe you adjust fire over the years and you continue working towards, and it's some kind of capacity being associated with a team. But most things in life that are worth doing aren't rational and require a whole lot of work, love and passion and all of those things. And so it's finding something that's worth making it through the tough things for. But also while managing, being a good husband, being a good father, providing for your family, while also, looking after your own mental health and well-being and enjoyment. Yeah.
Alex and I have had the pleasure and just the blessing of being able to work with you and be your friend, and we've raced in the Baja 1000 a couple times in this truck, which has been awesome. And I think it'd be cool to kind of reminisce 2020 and 2021 and the things we learned in those years.
Yeah, a lot of learning, and it's not necessarily a linear learning curve. It kind of, the first year it was about proving that we could make it and getting there and hitting a deadline. And I think some of that stubbornness came from my 160th background is no matter what, time on target plus or minus 30 seconds. So if we say we're going and we set the objective the first year that we're going to build this truck, it's going to pass inspection, it's going to be certified, we're going to make it there. I had every intention of doing much better than we did, you know.
Sure.
But
what did we make it to, mile 14?
20.
20? Okay.
20 before the transmission gave out, and then handed it to you guys, and you guys got 3 miles out of it?
No, not that. No, when the transmission died, we were done.
We were done.
Yeah. Remember, it cooked all those transmission lines.
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, it didn't do anything, and that was no fault of our own. I mean, you gave the transmission to a well-known transmission shop.
Transmission builder. Yeah,
they built it. They just offset the pump gasket or whatever, and it blocked one of the ports in the pump.
Yeah, taking it apart, we had some pieces of gaskets that looked like they were blocking portions. So what caused that or who it was? The other thing is I don't like leaking transmission oil pans, and I know it got goobered really good. And so was that a matter of too much? And when it pinched in and then got in a case, and instead of getting hot and melting, it
just plugged a hole.
Yeah.
That 2020 year was a huge milestone because you had been. That's the first year that this truck raced.
Yeah.
And
you had been building
like
for how
you said,
long?
it was, 10, 12 years
in the making
to get to that point?
Yeah. And when I throughout the timeline, I'm including, starting the journey of the racing with the 1450 class. But then, towards the end of that it was a lot of years of just designing, planning, saving money, accumulating tools, studying, theory of operation, suspension, moment, center of gravity, engines, transmissions, suspensions, braking, fueling.
Shopping for parts. I mean, trying to get the best deal you can. I mean, when you're a guy that's doing it by himself, you gotta.
As a privateer, not only a privateer, but a privateer that's a true, middle class guy. I'm doing it as on the budget of a guy that works for a paper mill in maintenance, right?
Right. Well, and that first year you weren't even a journeyman yet.
You weren't.
No.
You weren't even in maintenance. You started in production.
Yeah, I started in production. Yeah.
Doing with extruder salary is nuts.
Yeah. Started off at the lowest bottom position that you could, right?
And I'll throw some pictures in of like how this truck showed up after he got it designed, and then you had a company cut and bend the stuff, right?
Right. Yes, we work with Jason Hurd, who's now started International Race Cars. He also has Jason Hurd Consulting, and was fortunate enough to rope him in to come and he did a fantastic job. He was really fair valued, beautiful job helping with the design work. He help normalize everything and do the actual whole 3D CAD design of it. I was more like, move this here, I like this like that, do this here. Or he would explain to me, why you don't, do something that I was recommending, which was really awesome. So the ability to work with him is he's, the best in the business. And so I was just real fortunate that he took on basically a nobody, and he had to have a lot of trust and belief that I was actually going to follow through to put in that much effort. And
yeah, just being like in the YouTube automotive space, like we don't race like on the regular, you know?
Neither do I.
Yeah, but just being in that space, I know how hard it is to get recognized by companies at all. So that first year, you really had to do it pretty much on your own. You had a few sponsors here and there, but like you pretty much had to do it on your own, which is very tough.
You didn't have any monetary sponsor. I think Days of Pain and Victory was your monetary sponsor, and we paid $1 to put a sticker on your truck.
I mean, you had some metal from the boat shop. And
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Metal MotoJet had helped out with some materials, and then bugging them during their hours of operation, where they learn where they earn their living, which is, to stop what you're doing and help a guy out. I always felt, hey, can I drop this off? And when you get a chance and, oh, come here, well, let's knock this out real quick. So they've been a lot of support, which was awesome. But yeah, initially, no cash sponsors, and any of the sponsorships through vendors, was in the form of a discount, which I would negotiate or beg or plead anything I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cause again, doing it, it's just the beginning of it is it's like, unfeasible. It'd be like looking at a brand new Lamborghini and saying, I'm going to go buy that car at the salary I worked at. So it was like,
right.
And every 5-10% off that you can get, especially,
adds up.
Yeah. Like the dollar amount that goes into a truck like this is like when you if you went to Brenthal to buy a truck, what is it, 700,000, 800,000?
Yeah. I see those prices. Yeah. 5, 6, 700 and above. Yeah, I see trucks going for $1 million from manufacturers, and there's different trucks with different setups and all-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, what electronics, what engine package, what transmission package are they running. But I don't think I've seen one less than 500. Yeah. An entry-level truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we were saying, like that first year, that first push, like how many hours did we have in? I mean, just you and your buddies, and Josh and I, and I mean, we had hundreds of hours there. At the very end, that final push.
And just a short period of time, a couple months.
I'm talking about like that 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
We were working 16+ hour days.
Yeah.
And that first fire up when that engine roared to life that first time.
What a celebration!
Oh my gosh,
I was so pumped.
It was everyone's. I mean. At that point in the day, I think we had originally said we were going to leave on a Tuesday, and that motor fired up Wednesday afternoon or something like that. Right. Something like that. Yeah. And
we were getting really close to our no-go point.
Yeah, our no-go point. Like we were within hours of it, and when that motor fired up, everyone was just like ecstatic. We're going to Mexico!
Re-energized.
Oh my gosh, I could have ran to Spokane at that point. I mean, I was just on after working a 16-hour day in the shop wrenching, and we weren't screwing around. We were working.
Yeah.
And after that, I mean, I was just on cloud 9 after the motor fired up. Let's get on the trailer and go. We didn't have brakes.
Yeah.
When we left Lewiston the first time, we had planned to stop at that Impy shop in Southern California. We didn't have brake lines. We didn't have seat belts. We didn't have. I mean, you went to
we had a lot of
you went to
finishing.
McKinsey's
a couple times.
A couple times. That credit card got swiped.
Oh man,
a few times for parts. Like, we're gonna need this. We're gonna need fire.
And when you go to race, you can't even imagine all the things that you may have forgotten until you get down there, and then it just nickel and dimes you even more.
Yeah, and then we were working on it in the hotel parking lot in Ensenada.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you go through tech and contingency, and you find out, you need this, this, and this.
And
we had to add
find some of those.
The brake lights had to be functional.
Yeah.
Which I think we just put on a push button.
Right.
So like when you push on the brakes, you had the co-driver just push the button, and he's like, "Yep, that works."
Yeah.
And Alex and I made the mistake of thinking that a foam neck brace was okay.
No,
and
absolutely
turns
not.
Out, nope. So we had to spend a bunch of money to have our helmets outfitted for the head and neck restraint.
Yeah, that Hans device was what, $300 or something.
And then the communications in our helmets and.
Yeah, there's a lot. It adds up. And again, I gotta highlight and say thank you to you guys coming on this crazy adventure with me and taking it on. That putting in all that work and time. You really got to be a specific kind of person because it's wild.
Yeah, it's you got to have the no quit attitude.
Yeah.
And
so I was fortunate to meet you guys and become friends and be able to do this together. And I really appreciate it. And I look forward to the future as we get better and better and better equipment. And might be able to become, pushing a competitive pace at some point.
I remember the first time, like when you were like, "Hey, do you want to go?" And I just thought you meant like, "Do you want to go and help with the truck?" And I was 100% all in, and Josh was too. And we're like, "Yeah, 100%." And then like it got closer, and you're like, "Yeah," and you're gonna need a fire suit and stuff like that. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna be driving." I'm like, "Oh," like this was. I went from I got so pumped about just going and wrenching and helping with the team and being down there just being a support guy, and then like, "Oh no, you're gonna be in the truck." Oh dang! Like that was like, it's the Baja 1000. Like, as a little kid, I had. I'm gonna butcher the name now.
Ivan Stewart.
I had an Ivan Stewart poster from a Baja race on my wall growing up.
Oh yeah, I played so much of that video game.
Oh, so much of that video game. Yeah, that red, white, and, I think he had like a red, white, and blue truck.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that poster on my wall, and
red, white, and yellow.
Red, white, and yellow. Yeah, that's what it was. And had that poster on my wall growing up, and like. I have now driven in that race. Like that is the pinnacle of things I've done in the automotive world.
So then fast forward to 2021, you had a new transmission built.
Yep.
You made some other
Small upgrades.
small upgrades.
Pretty much took everything that we had and tidied, made sure everything was adjusted, had the time to really dial things.
Yeah.
Couple of small upgrades, but really took the time to make sure what we had was good, right?
Yeah.
And the truck was set up great. We, did some cosmetic things to make it look a little more professional. Initially, we were running one of the Brenthel bodies that wasn't designed for our truck. It was another team's spare, and then they had upgraded to their new generation body.
So what happened to that the body that was on the truck before? What happened to that?
That's later in the story.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right, we'll
later
get to
in the
that.
story.
All right.
I still have it.
We've
Okay.
got
Yeah.
I got parts. I want a part of it.
Yeah.
So that year we had a pretty good run. The team was very small. Very small.
Yeah.
It was Alex and I, you and Kyle,
Me and Kyle.
and then those other two guys.
The other two guys, yeah.
Dead weight.
So we're gonna keep it cordial.
Okay.
But
And that's
So-
another thing. It was a good,
That's
what
another
I'd
learning
say, a learning experience in that in an endeavor like this, it's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of not sleeping, sleeping situations, eating situations, just everything. And so sometimes people aren't always a good fit, and maybe we weren't a good fit for them, and they weren't a good fit for us. That portion of that race didn't go well.
I think like the smaller the team you have, like the more everybody has to be like 100%
Right.
like bought in.
Yeah.
And maybe if it was a big team, those guys would have been fine with just doing
Yeah.
their small part. But when you have such a small team, like everyone is expected to do such a large portion. Like we're not just drivers. We
Right.
are wrenchers. We are
Part of the team, yeah.
We're
It's
towing
the whole
rigs.
experience.
Yeah, we are doing everything. We
Support, pit stops,
Our titles on the business card are lengthy.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, so Kyle and Tyler took the first leg because they had to make that start. I mean, that's super important.
Absolutely.
And it was awesome to see him take off from the starting line and make that corner and pick a tire, and like you always see, that's always fun. So Alex and I were trying to make it to race mile 150 because we had then made the decision that's where we were going to get in the truck, and that we're thinking that was going to be around 1:32 in the afternoon.
Right.
Yeah. And the way the race course is set up, like it doesn't really follow a road. So you kind of got to pick and choose. Like there's not always a great spot to where
You got to pick your own route.
Right.
What's
Yeah.
the most efficient and
We're pulling a
easiest
trailer.
way
Yeah,
to
and
get
we're pulling a
there?
trailer,
And you're
yeah.
pulling a trailer through traffic. Yeah.
Speaking of pulling a trailer through traffic.
Hold up.
Oh, okay.
Hold up.
Okay, sorry.
So we got to set the rest of the story.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we get to race mile 150, and we find out that.
And it was what, like over an hour? It was over an hour drive.
Oh, yeah. It was a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. We find out that Tyler's been wrecked. Somebody nerfed him into a rock, and it broke the steering. And he's like, dudes, we need the welder. And so Tyler's in dire situation. His stress is already high.
And
set the stage there.
And let me remind you that the statute of limitations ran out a long time ago.
Yeah. So we're on our way back, to the truck with the truck and trailer after we had to load everything back on the trailer.
We got there. We got the tires off. We got the fuel. Like, we're gonna have this thing set. We had the pit set up.
Yeah.
And then we just got done, and it was like, it's time to head back.
Yeah. And in Ensenada, there was a lot of road construction for some reason. And I might have sideswiped
a Jeep
Liberty with the trailer.
Oh man!
And ripped the front fender off
of the Jeep Liberty. We
and
decided
I'm like,
not to tell you
and
until this moment,
dude,
right now.
What do we do? And so we try to keep driving.
The dude kind of pulls us over.
He goes out and like basically parks in front of us, and we don't speak any Spanish.
And his English was no good.
Yeah, and
We're
so
using
we're
Google
like
Translate.
trying to figure this thing out. And luckily, we ended up being able to just pay this guy $200 cash, and settled it, and we made it over. Got the steering welded up. You hitched a ride with a local.
Yeah, I got really fortunate that the area that we got hit at and broke, there happened to be a gentleman out there kind of in the middle of nowhere just to hang out and watch action. And he was like, hey, you need a hand? And I was like, yeah, I need to get to the nearest access road.
Yeah.
And he was like, hop in. He had a Defender 90.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was a nice, kind of built in an overland fashion. It looked like he had upgraded shocks and maybe aftermarket axles. And so which was really nice. So in rough terrain, if you have a vehicle that'll do 20 miles an hour off-road or a vehicle that'll do 5 miles an hour off-road through rough stuff, that's a big difference when you might have to go 2 or 3 miles. You're talking about hours of time, right? So he got me to the main road. I started fabbing on it. There were some other teams around working on stuff, and so they were fortunate in letting me kind of, use their stuff and tools. Then you guys pulled up, and at that point, it wasn't too long, was it? I mean, after you pulled up, hour or two?
You had it ready to weld pretty much when we got there.
Yeah.
You had all the other fab pretty much done. We might have the grinder out. We just had the generator, my little wire feed, and
so then he gave me a ride back out to the truck, and then Kyle and I had to reassemble everything after we'd repaired that piece, hop back in the truck, and everything was going good. So then we made it to the handoff where it was supposed to be the other guys, but you guys had all come up and made a decision that you guys were going to hop in.
Yep.
Then you guys took over.
Yeah, and this was the first time that Alex and I had driven the truck.
Well, I had driven it a little bit at that when we were doing some testing in Utah in the desert.
Yeah,
but this was the first time you'd been in the truck when it
right.
was,
And so my heart was racing, and
so
it turns
mine,
out that those other guys somehow messed up the navigation, and all the rights were lefts, and all the lefts were rights in the navigation,
which is super helpful when you're driving
in the dark. We didn't get in the truck till 9 p.m. and we had been up since 6 that morning. So, the plans just change moment by moment.
Yeah,
You have to just go with the flow, and it was awesome though, going through the whoops, and then we hit the silt bed a little sideways.
Driving though. The best thing, like I said earlier about driving the Baja 1000 is the best thing I've ever done automotively. The single moment, though, was driving on the beach with the waves coming in and the moon high in the sky, and you could almost see with moonlight.
Yeah.
That was the pinnacle of things I've done automotively in my entire life, was that singular moment. It
was amazing.
Driving on the beach in Mexico in the Baja 1000 under moonlight. That was, yeah.
Yeah. So then we hit a silt bed a little sideways.
And what had happened was there were 2 sets of ruts, and I picked the right rut in the left track and the left rut of a right track, and then they kind of went wide, and the truck just kind of listed lazily to the right. Yeah. And we went up on our roof.
Yeah, and Alex is like, Tyler's going to kill me.
That was the first thing I said. Yeah, it was, crap, Tyler's going to kill me.
So after that, you guys called in, said you had the rollover, and so we had a visual checkpoint where you guys were just going to rip by. Well, now, since the rollover, we're going to run down and actually check out the truck real quick. And Alex had got out, and you were trying to tell me the story, and I was like, are you okay? And he goes, yeah, I'm fine. I go, are you sure now that adrenaline's worn down and everything, necks, body, are you guys good to get back in the truck? Are you good? No, I'm good. You see what had happened was, and I was like, hey, man, no offense. I don't want to hear that story right now.
And
later we'll get there.
There was a dude with a Dodge pickup that just hooked onto the side of us and just rolled us back over.
Yeah, we were rolled over so quick.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't.
So we had to change the radiator cap, and I think that was about it. So then I get in the truck. We, at this point, have to cross over the peninsula, over the mountains. It's pretty rough. We hit another silt bed that was 2 a.m, and we got stuck for 2 hours, just 8 feet at a time with the max tracks.
It was, that was.
But then the sun started coming up,
got
gave
a second
some
wind,
fresh energy, but then we unfortunately broke the steering again. But
going through that rock bed, it was just too much, and it just,
But this is where I think this year is going to be a lot different than the last time, because if we would have had, even at the same timeline, the pits were closing down, it was not looking good. But I think with a different crew, we would have pushed on.
Yeah.
We would have said, screw it. Yeah, maybe there's not enough support. But
we could have invested
in
it. It's all about the adventure. Let's just prove we can keep pushing forward.
Absolutely.
But I think at that point we'd exhausted all our resources, and it was pretty much just down to the 4 of us.
Yeah.
And pushing on no sleep, broken steering. We're approaching a dangerous section that if you were to lose steering, somebody could potentially get really injured. And the steering was mangled. I mean, I'd already, band-aided it and scabbed it.
Yeah, and we literally tied it together with paracord and a bolt from a ratchet strap to get it back to the main road, which was about 30 miles.
Yeah.
But again, that just proves that you can find a way. So I'm so excited about this year, because our team is amazing.
I think our team is going to be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
this is gonna be good.
I've got a great feeling about this year. Everything feels different. Racing is always complicated. It's always thrashing last minute. There's always something you forgot about. But I feel the most organized, with the best equipment, with the best people, with the same attitude for this year.
And the last 2 years, how many miles we make it in 21?
Like 340.
340, and the first year 20 miles. Both those years we beat teams that had $1 million race teams.
Yeah, or more. Yeah,
or more.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that first year, one of the teams made it to the starting line, blew a transmission on the starting line,
right,
and they dropped out of the race.
And that's the Baja 1000. That's anything mechanical. That's racing.
That's
racing.
racing.
You'll watch Formula One cars on the start line, and the engines blow or the transmissions blow, and so there is a little bit of luck to it. And Baja is so interesting because there's 1,000 different interferers out there, with nature and people on course. Yeah, animals, booby traps. One GPS fails. We run 2 GPSs on separate systems in case one fails. What if they both fail? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it is just a constant adventure. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I love about it is that you don't know.
You don't know. You got to be prepared for everything, and you're still not prepared.
Yeah.
Right. And making it further than other teams when we've got a 10th. I mean, there's another team out there that they're advertising that they're the lowest budget guys in the world, and they just bought a brand new Geyser G6, and it's like that's impressive. And sure, you in comparison to
the teams with helicopters
and things like that, but you went out and bought a brand new $600,000 vehicle. That's 10 years of of labor for me. So we're really the lowest budget guys in the world,
Yeah.
And so that's my ultimate goal is I know that, you don't know how many years it's going to take. It does take a little bit of luck, but going in with a good team, well prepared with good equipment, we're definitely there this year.
Right on. What upgrades have you done to the truck since 2021 that you think are going to really make a difference?
One of the things that's, I guess, important to me, and not so much for it being a good race vehicle, but the aesthetics. I do want to market this for sale if I can prove that I can, put together a good platform that can survive Baja 1000, and maybe there's a niche or a market for a value truck. I don't want to say cheap or entry level, but a value, someone that's looking to get into sport and see if they like it, or they're having a truck built and maybe it's a couple of years out. Well, you can get in and start getting some seat time on something that's, equally as good, but just different.
Affordable, not cheap.
Affordable, not cheap. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So we went with a new Fiberworks body. I think it looks fantastic. I'm not a professional body guy. I could have installed it myself just fine, but that's what they do for a living. So I said, screw it. Let me pay the guys that do it for a living so it comes out perfect. So new body.
And you had them paint it instead of us painting it, which probably was...
Had it wrapped, yeah. Instead of you and I painting it.
We painted it at work. And
on the weekend?
On the weekend, yeah.
Yeah. Which was fun.
Oh, it was absolutely... It was a blast, but like you said...
I thought we did a pretty good job for what it was.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
but like you said, low budget versus...
Low budget, yeah. So new body. We upgraded the steering. I went with a full Power Steering Solutions trophy truck system. And the guys that are running rack systems, it's the best in the business, and that is what all the big teams are running. So... that should really help with the confidence of the steering and rack and pinion of that. I highly doubt that, or I doubt that we'll have any steering issues. We really shouldn't. Upgraded the tires. We went from a 37 to a 40, and kind of got razzed on before, like, why are you running 37s in a trophy truck class? And it's like, well, it's what I could afford. It's what I found and what I could get on the tire. And the nominal benefit from 40s to 37s didn't justify it financially for me at the time. But fortunately, again, to mention the Brenthals, super, super cool dudes. I mean, those guys build a fantastic product, and they're just really nice people.
Yeah.
I buy race takeoffs from those guys. And so I got these 40s from them, and that'll be an upgrade. We'll gain some clearance and some traction pad to help put some more of that horsepower to the ground. Did more upgrades on the transmission, sent it off to Rancho Driveline Engineering, and they went. I told them completely go through it, and anything that you think needs to be upgraded to be at the level that of a trophy truck, go ahead and change and do. And they did. We added a TubeWorks underdrive, which will really help with taking pressure off the rear end and help with our gearing, so we can run. We're running a 411 rear gear now instead of a 547, but we still have the exact same final gearing, and that's what the underdrive does for you, which is nice.
Right,
and
it gives you a bigger pinion instead of having a little tiny pinion.
Yep, you get more tooth engagement too.
Yeah.
So instead of having 1.5 tooth engagement, we'll have 2.5 teeth engagement, which is almost doubling the strength. Upgrade the fueling, went to a dry brake system, changing a little bit of electronics, new engine, completely new engine. And it's a Motec system controlled engine, so that's new to us. New Motec display, a new cooling package. So before, I wouldn't say that we really had a cooling issue, but the motor was definitely not as high performance as the one we have now. The one I have now originally was a Croyer 434 that I had rebuilt from a guy down in Boise, Lamb Racing Heads. But so new to us. And a lot more performance. I mean, it's a true, racing endurance motor, a Brodex block, Brodex heads. Everything's billet, everything's custom. I don't think there's a single piece of, stock small block Chevy left on it. Multi-port injection, individual coil per plug. Motec controlled, like I said. So we had to upgrade the cooling package. The cooling package before kind of was barely just perfect. We had an issue that if you were sitting idling for long periods of time, the heat would start climbing and you'd have to press on the throttle, get the RPM up, and the pump circulating water faster to get that temperature to drop. Now with this new system, we shouldn't have any cooling issues at any time. So if we have to sit and idle, you're stuck or working on something, you like to turn the truck off as least amount as possible, because every time you turn it off is a chance that you can't get it to turn back on. So
Yeah.
That will help with that. Yeah, so cooling package, fueling, tires, body, steering, transmission, and engine. That's all.
Yeah. That's all. Just a few things. So same suspension.
Same suspension. Yep.
That's about it.
Yep.
Right on.
Yeah, the same sway suspension, and those are the shocks I've ran ever since I raced for Toyota, and I love them. They're fantastic. Originally, they were sent off to Keith at KDM. He did some industry secret upgrades to them, and then the second time I sent them to Matt at Desert Speed and Shock Tuning, and he did some more upgrades, upgraded the size of the tube that will help with flow and volume and things like that, and then rebuilt them and painted them, powder coated them. They look absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to go and tune them and get them dialed in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm so excited. I think we should talk about the team a little bit.
Yeah.
So one team addition this year that I think is absolutely awesome how it all worked out is Forrest Voss.
Yeah.
So Forrest Voss, I learned about him through YouTube because I followed Matt Carricker on Off the Ranch. Matt Carricker ended up acquiring his brother's Bronco because they were good friends. His brother had passed away in the military. And after Matt Carricker built this Bronco, which is awesome, he decided to give it to Forrest Voss. And Forrest Voss wanted to drive it from Texas to Alaska and ended up breaking down, lost the transmission right near where I live. So I reached out to him, and he didn't know who I was. I just said, hey, I got a YouTube channel and a shop. Can I help you out? I love the Bronco. And Alex and I helped him swap out the transmission, and it turned into us driving it from Spokane to Anchorage for him, and turned into this cool friendship.
Yeah.
You've been at his place.
I've been to his cabin property. We stayed the night there when we did our road trip to Alaska. And he's a good guy. He's a really good dude.
Yeah, and he's in the military, and he reached out to me in the springtime or something and said, hey, I want some advice for racing in the Baja. I'd really love to do it someday. It's a bucket list item. I'm like, you know what? You should just talk to Tyler and see what happens. And you guys hit it off. And
Yeah,
I just think it's
super
awesome.
cool dude. Into the off-road community and a veteran, military, like-minded individual. And we need good people on the team.
Yeah.
So any opportunity to rope in a good dude and somebody that's expressed interest, and it's a bucket list, and it's a different commitment than, yeah, that sounds like fun, I'll go along. You really kind of got to be into the whole package deal, because you do get everything. We are going to have great food. There is awesome people. The culture, the environment is all fantastic. And then we're also not going to sleep very much. And
Right.
we're going to be in rough conditions. We're going to be wrenching out in the middle of nowhere. It's going to be a lot of, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, just figure it out. you
Yeah,
know?
and he is like an outdoors guy. Like the stuff that he posts that he does in Alaska, the different kayaking and hiking and ice climbing, and like he literally does all of that crazy outdoor adventure stuff. Like he's got the no quit attitude.
Yeah.
I think another quality addition this year is gonna be Ryan. He is incredibly mechanical, and like he figures stuff out just like at the drop of a hat. I think he's gonna be great. If anything breaks, I think Ryan's gonna be a huge asset.
Yeah.
And he came over and you guys did some work the other day.
Yeah. We finished the final. We had to redo the front engine mounts and the transmission mounts, and he was an asset.
Yeah,
to
I think
have
he's gonna
around,
be
give me
a good
hand.
asset on the team.
Can you talk about the rest of the team?
Yeah, we've got Ricky, and he's been with me for a while. You guys know Ricky.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Ricky was
Yeah.
instrumental in getting the truck done that
The
first year.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of racing experience, a lot of fabrication experience. He helped me build the truck. He's got a lot of racing experience. I think I just said that. But unfortunately, the second year, just life, he couldn't come with us. Yeah, new at the time, I think new baby on the way, or just had the baby. And I completely understand is that I love chasing wild things, but it's always tertiary to making sure your adult things are checked off first.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But yeah, so Ricky's this year. Kyle Garcia's coming along.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, we've got Nick and Ron, who are also veterans, and then a lot of racing experience to come be assist with the pits and chasing and all that. And who else am I forgetting? Kyle
Hummel, and
Yep.
then Will's coming down, right?
Yeah, and Will's coming. Marty and Mark.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
This is gonna be like the biggest team we've ever had.
yeah,
by two.
the biggest team we've ever had by a lot.
By a lot.
Yeah,
By like double.
Double, yeah.
double, which is good because we have our core people that everybody has their strengths, right? We'll have a fabricator or a welder, and you guys are good mechanically, and the whole make it work and MacGyvering and understanding the off-road and having a plan and taking it and throwing it out the window. And then we'll have great support guys, and that if you need to take a break, they can drive from point A to point B. When you're at a pit stop, it is good to have as many hands as possible. Even a person just making sure the truck doesn't move. Like, it seems small and insignificant, but it's not. I mean,
Right. It keeps people from
Safe.
getting killed.
yeah, and communicating from drivers to the team, and it's critical about being working towards being a professional team.
Absolutely. This section is called the fantasy build, and
Oh, no, it went
basically
away.
what we like to do is pick out a vehicle from Craigslist Marketplace and then build it in our heads. Like, just say, how would you build this vehicle? And the premise today, I think we're gonna have it's very, very low budget, $10,000.
Okay.
Okay.
The-
That
and-
includes the purchase price of the vehicle.
Good news. Vehicle purchase price, very low.
Awesome. You're building it for the open class of the Baja 1000.
Okay, and your
Okay.
budget's $10,000.
Yep.
Okay.
So you are starting with a 95 Chevy Suburban.
I
Oh.
dig it. I dig it.
Okay.
It has the 5.7, 200 horsepower.
Okay.
Is it 3/4 ton or half ton?
It is a $500 95 Chevy Suburban.
Right, but is it 3/4 ton or half ton?
It's $500. I don't know if you heard that part. That's the important part of this. I don't know what it is. Oh, I guess I could look at the lugs, huh? It's a 6 lug.
Oh, okay.
So you have a 1500 Suburban.
Yeah. Okay.
But it needs a transmission rebuilt. Good news is I know a guy that can rebuild a transmission.
Yeah.
Josh has got a lot of experience with that recently. But yeah, it's a barn door. I feel like,
Hey, there's a lot of room to carry stuff in it.
yeah, for a low support team, carry all your stuff.
All right, who's going first? You, Tyler?
Well, yeah, how about we let the professional?
You want
Yeah.
my perspective?
I
Yeah.
want your perspective.
I
of
mean,
it.
if I was building it myself and you don't have, your cost of time, right? It'd just be materials.
Yeah, time doesn't count. My
yeah.
time's worthless.
Yeah,
I-
absolutely.
I'd probably find a 9-inch out of a 1-ton Ford van. I'd 40 axle it. I'd do a semi floater just to save money. And if you keep the horsepower down low, it's just fine, and you can beat the heck out of it. I would 4-link it, so you'd have the material to do that, and then your design time, and you could probably just go with decent uniballs and Heims. You don't have to go with the high end stuff. I don't know if I would you'd have to do something with the front end, because one of the limiting factors on that is definitely going to be your upper and lower control arms on the front. So would I do a kit? There's some really good kits out there where people have already figured out how to kind of maximize what's there for that platform. Or you could center mount or J-arm it, which would be a lot of work. But again, if it was just the cost of the material for me, they're not that expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. Can we turbo it?
Is that available in that class?
In unlimited?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know for 10,000 you can get it to, stamp in a class 1 or a trophy truck class, trophy truck unlimited.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I don't think for 10 grand you could. I mean, you'd be more than that just to your cage.
Yeah, I know. I think I spent about $1,500 in material on my cage, and that doesn't include grinding discs. I mean, I wouldn't count that in the budget, but grinding discs.
Or maybe close, and it could be DOM. It doesn't have to be 4130, and you can get it to pass. Yeah. Being that big, and then it doesn't all have. I mean, just your greenhouse is the part. Your occupancy part is the part that's really critical and important. Maybe you could for less.
Yeah.
But I would definitely, for a truck class, you can't no turbos or forced induction. So, but I would definitely probably do heads.
Yeah.
Heads on those engines is enormous. I mean, that engine to get...
Is that the Vortec engine in 95?
No, 96 went to Vortex,
Okay.
so it's TBI.
So it's TBI.
Throttle by injection, yeah. I'd probably do away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heads and carb it.
Yeah.
And then just do a good off-road carb that like they were running back in the 90s and early 2000s. But definitely center mount or J-arm it.
Yeah.
I did find a long travel kit for $3,500.
Yeah. It's probably a complete kit.
It's a complete long travel kit for that body style.
You still have your shocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shocks are expensive, but maybe you can get them used. I think what I would do, obviously completely gut it. Like you got to do that. Get all the excess, all the glass out, all the excess weight. For $500, I mean, that leaves $9,500. I would junkyard LS swap it with a 4L80E or probably Turbo 400, because you can like get a standalone harness for that LS.
Yeah.
So standalone for the LS, one that would be for like a manual trans, so you could run the Turbo 400. I know how to rebuild Turbo 400, so I could find a core for $100 and then put $500 into it. The LS swap's going to be $1,500 to get all the stuff. So I'm into it $2,000 now. I would do a Barnes off-road 4-link kit for the rear. And I would do a 14-bolt because you can get those with 411s from the junkyard. And you can throw anything you want at a 14-bolt and it ain't going to break. It's heavy, but it ain't going to break. And then the next big portion of money would be Dune Hippie Machine. What's it called? The swing arm or radius arm. All right, so Dune Hippie Machine swing arm kit, which those are about $2,500. So then I'm $5,000. I need tires, so they're going to have to be used. And shocks are going to have to probably also be used, and I'll have to figure out how to rebuild them myself. And then probably $1,500 in cage. Find some used seats, race quip harnesses. Be right there at the $10,000, but I'd have some decent travel, I think.
Yeah, no, I'd forgot about that. That would be a good setup. Swinger front end, 4-link rear end, shocks, wheels, tires, cage, junkyard LS, and a trans. Yeah.
So my build, I would go entirely for speed. You don't need 4-wheel drive. So 2-wheel drive, swap it with like a long travel in the front.
Oh, yeah. That's part of my plan.
Yeah. And turbo or whatever I could get away with for my class. And I don't do a Sterling 10.5 in the rear because you can get those from the junkyard all day. And gut it. Class 11s don't have any travel. This would be just like that. Just all you got to do is get it as light as you possibly could and keep it on top of the sand. Big, wide tires.
You're going to need a winch.
I'm going to need a winch, absolutely. Yeah, Badlands $300 winch in the front.
Right on.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty rad.
Yeah.
I might play with Google Gemini a little bit and see if I can get a picture of each of those builds.
All right.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of wrapping up. We want to talk about what we've been working on a little bit?
Yeah, we can do that. So we acquired some motorhomes a while back.
Yeah.
And I flat towed one home, and that was terrible.
I drove one up there. That was almost worse.
Yeah. We had a motorhome rally, which that video will be out soon. And it was fun. We learned a lot.
We need more prep time.
We need more prep time. We need more help.
We need more help.
But it was a good time. Right there. And then as of late for me, the trans went out in my wife's car. So
that's no good.
I'm learning how to build a 6L80.
That's no fun.
What about you?
A guy at work wanted to borrow my truck and trailer to go to drag a VW bus home that had been parked in his parents' garage, and I told him no. Let's just get it running and driving home. So we did that, and so that video should be out here pretty shortly. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, probably be late October.
Yeah. Tyler, what have you been working on?
Working on this sucker behind me. It consumes most free moments that I have. That's, again, not work or family or prior engagements, but yeah, every free minute. So I've been sacrificing the sleep. As you can see, though, everything major's done, which is starting to lower my anxiety a little bit. But as you guys know, a million little things left to get done. Oh,
yeah, and the little things take up more time than the big things. I don't know, because it's like, oh, we got to put the motor in, or like, those big ticket items, it seems like are all encompassing. Those little items are just like, oh yeah, I got to make this tab. Oh yeah, I got to do this.
But we're doing good as far as hitting, timelines and mile markers and things like that. You got to remember the rest of the teams that we're going to be racing against just finished a race last weekend and just started prep Monday. So I do have a jump start on them. And kind of another thing to bring up is that we've not raced these last 2 years because we didn't want to. It was just not being able to get, waiting on parts. Yeah, having things rebuilt. With the COVID thing there for a while, having that second engine set up, which, took a while. Upgrading that steering, designing the new rack and pinion adapter. And then
that took a long time.
Yeah, finding somebody to took a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have many big purchases left, do you?
No big purchases left, thankfully. But
there's a million little purchases.
Yeah.
Well, right on. I'm so excited for this year's Baja. It's going to be
feels different. It feels different this year.
It feels a lot different. So stay tuned for that. You can follow our progress on the race tracker on Score's website. So that'll be rad.
And our plan is to have Tyler back after the Baja to do one of these again with a kind of a Baja wrap.
Yeah. Just a kind of recap of how the whole 2025 experience went.
Yeah.
So look
how
forward to that.
Awesome and smooth and perfect it goes.
And the fact that we got like a second place finish.
Yeah.
And what tacos we ate. Yeah.
Hey, that's one thing with racing is you never know. We put one foot in front of the other and take every inch that we can get per se. And you never know because you can have the most expensive equipment in the world and things break.
Yeah, you still have tough brakes.
Yeah. And we could suffer those tough breaks as well.
Yep. So,
all right.
But we ain't quitting until it's impossible.
Until it's impossible.
Until it's impossible.
All right. So. We'll wreck it, rinse, repeat. Until next time.
See ya.